Hey there folks. So at this point we have our side scroller character. They can walk, run, jump. We've messed around with some of the controls a little bit to get them to move how we like them to. And I've got the ability to shoot. So you can see it's overriding my animation. Doesn't matter whether I'm walking, running or jumping, I can shoot while I'm there. Now that might be fine again if you want to be able to do things while you're in the air, but one of the things that you might not like is that you can still move. Now this works fine for the gun, but obviously with my gun I don't have a walking and shooting animation, and there's not really an option with our 2D here to be able to kind of override just the upper body to shoot while the lower body plays the legs and has the walking. So one of the things that we might want to have a look at is, do we want to stop the animation, and also how often do we want to be able to do that animation? So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to look at how to just stop the movement. I'm not saying that this is something you have to do. I'm going to show you how it works, and then once you know how it works, you can obviously come into here and make a decision whether you use this or not in your systems. So how do we do this? What we need to do is we need to be able to target the character's movement component. The character's movement component, so if we take it here and drag it over, this is the thing that's obviously looking through all of these different options, and it's basically determining general settings, but also we've got settings that exist where they have a statement here. So walking, jumping and falling, yeah, different things for swimming and flying. And the reason for that is our character actually jumps and moves through a whole bunch of different movement modes. To show you that, if I jump off of my character movement here and just say set movement mode, and just get rid of this extra reference it's created for me, you can see what we're doing here is we are targeting this character movement component, and we're going to override what our movement mode is. Now, a lot of the time our default is going to be walking. We're walking on a surface. The moment we fall off a ledge, we've already been using this before in our animation system, and we said, is our character falling? And this is where this gets defined. We change into a different movement mode and we change to falling. Yeah, we also have swimming, we have flying. We don't really use those a lot. They're very kind of situational and specific, but often the walking and falling are going to be the most commonly used ones. And what I can do with this is I can actually use these to determine whether I want my character to stop and not have a movement mode assigned to them anymore. So what can we do here? Well, why don't we take this, and we could take this and we can say, well, once we trigger our animation, let's tell our character to stop. Yeah, so if I just show you this now, if I press this key, A and D, can't move my character anymore. If I jump around a little bit, and this is just going to be having to click on, so I can jump around, and the moment it stops movement mode. Now that's obviously a problem because right now I'm just stopping in the middle of the air. So what I might need to do is I might just need to mess around with these to make sure that when I jump around, maybe I do it if once I'm not in the air anymore. Maybe I say if I was walking, set it to none, and for that we can get movement mode. So we can get our character's movement mode, and we can use this into a select to determine what we do for each of these. So we can say, well, if we were in this movement mode, maybe if we were in, for example, walking, maybe we could set this to none. Maybe if we were in falling, maybe we could leave it and we could not reduce our movement, or maybe we could set our air control or something to a lower number so we can't keep on switching back and forth while we're doing that. So that is our option for that. And the other thing that we can do is obviously change this back, so we can say when we're walking to do this one. So I could say on none, and then we could have another option that says, okay, once we finish our animation, set it back to walking. That is okay, but my animation for shooting is very, very, very short. So what we'll do really quickly, just to test this out and make sure that this is working, I'm going to go into this attack range, and you can see right now it's a very quick animation. So I'm just going to make it run 1 frame per second, really, really slow with that animation. Press play, I can move. If I press and shoot, now he's playing his animation. I placed an A and D, I can't move it, but once he finishes, he can jump and move around again. So what can I also do with this? Well, I could say, let's maybe also take some of the movement off my character. So if they're sliding, gliding and stuff, I can stop active movement, or just stop any movement. I can stop their movement immediately. This one zeroes out their velocity. Usually you can see there zeroes acceleration. So this is useful to just be like, okay, before I actually tell you to be none, I could actually just take away all movement velocity from you and then set you to not be able to move. But remember, as we just said, when you jump in the air, that's going to take away all of that control. So it's not the greatest for that, but it does now bring you back. Now that's not great for the gun, but what if it was a melee attack? What if I want to be able to just have my character stop in the air for a moment, do the attack, and then drop back down to the floor? I could, rather than having to remove the gravity from them, keep them in the air and worry about what happens when they've got no gravity and they get impacted by physics, I could just say, you jump, you fire, and then you drop back down. Let's just speed up his attack again, just so we can have a look at it when it's at a closer kind of value. There you go, and he drops back down. So jump, fire, drop back down. Jump, fire, drop back down. There we go. So there's a lot we can do with this one. Obviously, we want to work out what we're going to do with the different attacks, whether it's a melee or ranged. And this will work a lot better when we start putting a bit of cooldown in here. But if you ever need to just stop your character, this is the way that we would do that. We would come into here, we could stop the active movement or stop the movement immediately, taking away that velocity and then setting our movement mode, and we get the control over when and where they have that. So this movement mode option, this is actually something, as I've said, that I use a little bit when I'm trying to interrupt, control what's happening with my character. Maybe if they're rolling or they're in the middle of an action, maybe I need to override that, take away their movement for a few moments and then give it back to them. Maybe, for example, if they were to take a hit and they were to be knocked back, or they were to take a hit and to need to be flashing and wait for a moment. These kind of give us that control. So what I would do here is I would actually create myself a custom event, and we'll go with new movement mode. And now with that new movement mode, I can actually call that. And if we look at this, what we can actually do is we can feed information through that call, so it passes a new piece of data into here. Now, what do I want to actually do? Well, I want to get this E movement mode here, and you can see I've already got it assigned. So all you got to do is go into here and search for movement, and you're looking for, in the enum section, E movement mode. I'm going to give this one the new move mode. And you can see already it's updated this call. If it hasn't updated the call, just right click it and go to our refresh nodes, and you can see that will do it. It's giving me a little bit of a pain there where it's going backwards, but just compile and refresh it again, and then it should update for you. Okay, so now what we can do is, rather than having to go through this, we can use this with a switch and say, well, which movement mode are we actually triggering here? Well, when I say none, what I want to do is I actually want to say, I want to stop my active movement, and this new movement mode, I want to make that one go into there. Is there anything else? Well, maybe when I'm walking, maybe I want to be just setting this one up directly into there. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm saying that if I'm stopping, if I'm going none, I'll remove my active movement. Whereas if I'm going into here, I'm going to just set that movement mode. Now this becomes a little bit more problematic, and what we'll do is we'll just get rid of these braking things just for a moment, tidy this up. There we go, that'll run a little bit better there with everything visible. Now what I don't want to end up doing is having to go into here every single time. So actually what it might be better to do is put this movement mode option here, put it back to the start, and we'll just get rid of this one. And we'll say, okay, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our movement mode to be whatever we're telling it to be. And then that new movement mode that we've just told it to carry through and use, that's going to go into our switch, and we can then determine additional content and additional options that happen depending on what that new movement mode was. So if it was none, we could stop our active movement. If it was, for example, walking, falling, or things like that, we can have different options, different pieces of functionality that happen depending on what we've decided on. So now what you can see is I can use that new movement mode, and I can say, okay, well, let's set it to none. And then on completed, let's just set it back to walking. The none, we'll go into here, set it to none, and also stop our active movement. Whereas the walking will let us go back. So what is that little error for? It's not a movement interface, it must have a target, and that just needs to have a target of our character movement. I accidentally broke that connection. So let's just move that down so it's visible. And let's test that out. So we can fire, can't move while I'm firing, and then we drop down. So it gives my character that little bit of control to do some things in the air. Again, it doesn't necessarily work with the gunslinger with his gun, but something like a melee attack, maybe have a look at something like Blasphemous, where we can go and do some melee swipes and attacks while we're in the air. We can use this one in some interesting ways to be able to actually get our character to keep on jumping up in the air. Okay, so that is our movement mode options. What we'll come back to next is adding a cooldown on there, so we can actually say, well, we're not allowed to attack and do another attack until we finish whatever the previous one was. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to access more of my Unreal Engine content.